All right, welcome back to Kimwell'sIrishPub.com. I just finished doing my first ever movie review, so I'm still in my movie seat. As I was finishing up and getting ready to go upstairs, I got some notification on some new fantasy news. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to share some fantasy news with you. Today it is just turned midnight, so it makes it August 4th. So this is an August 4th update. It came in at midnight, but I wanted to share, some of the things that are going on in the fantasy world, so that you could stay up to date and share some of my opinions. The first thing that I hear is about Ryan Tannehill. They fear that he might have a season-ending knee injury. Tannehill, myself, as drafting as a quarterback, I'm not crazy interested in him. I think you can find other quarterbacks out there. Quarterback, I think, besides the top couple, are all very similar. And I always wait on a quarterback when drafting one. But anyway, the significance of Tannehill for me has to go with the receivers. Landry, how much impact is he going to have? So that's a little negative. And then on the running back as well, if they don't find a good replacement and they go with Moore, are they going to stack the box? And which is going to impact the running game a lot. I read something earlier that Jay Cutler might play for them, and Adam Gase is there, so that might work out. Let's see the next one. So keep that in mind when you're drafting. Keep on top of Tannehill, not so much for him, but for the players around him. Joe Mixon has a minor injury, again, very early in preseason, so that's not a big deal. I've read earlier that they expect a lot from him, even in week one. They're talking 20 touches, possibly in week one against the Ravens, was something I read earlier. And they have Jeremy Hill and Giovanni Bernard there as well, so it's kind of a risky pick with him. And I'm mainly in keeper leagues. So in a redraft league, it's even riskier. In a keeper league, and you can get him early. He's definitely a good pick. But it'll be interesting to see how preseason plays out, and if they're really playing him a lot, getting him a lot of touches, how he does in pass protection. That's always a big problem for the rookies. But he is an interesting pick because he has got a lot of talent, and he can be a three-down back in the NFL. And on the right offense, that's a big point scorer. So everybody wants to grab those types of running backs. Rob Kelly, the clear starter. So that's for Washington. They drafted a running back this year. A lot of talk about, I think it's Parlame or something like that. But whatever the name is, he's not going to eat into his time early. That could change because he kind of went downhill at the end of the season last year. But Rob Kelly right now is the clear starter. Let's see here. What else is there? No danger of Joe Flacco missing week one, which is good. Tyrod Taylor off to a slow start, and not so much on these types of running or quarterbacks. You don't necessarily want to be drafting them necessarily. Hopefully, you get a better quarterback than those two. Sterling Shepard still awaiting MRI results. DeMarco Murray day to day. Again, some of these are going to be just early camp injuries. It's not a big deal, especially day to day. Amir Abdullah to be the Lions' features back. So that's interesting. I think they've said that for the last 3 years with him. He has some talent. Now, I don't see him as getting 200 carries, but you never know. There's a lot of other running backs there that could steal some carries from him, especially goal line carries. But at least he would be a good running back 3 for you, and you could probably start him in some spots based on the schedule. Latavius Murray hopes to practice soon. Well, he better, because he's in the opportunity to lose his position with Dalvin Cook. I think he was drafted in the second round. He has a lot of talent, so that's gonna be an interesting camp there, because whoever wins that could have a fairly good season, or they could do running back by committee all year and ruin both of their fantasy value for us. So keep an eye on that. Julio Jones takes part in the team drills. We know he's always had a foot issue. So hopefully that doesn't continue this year for him. What else is here? Alshon Jeffrey, sidelined again. So this guy is very fragile. He has all the talent in the world. He was with the Bears. When he plays, he scores a lot of points for you. but it's getting them to play. And here he is with the Eagles, and he's already hurt a little bit, so that's not good. Jimmy Graham wasn't all the way back last season, so the word on the street is that he played hurt a lot last season, and they had to pull the reins back on him a little bit, so he didn't play to his full potential. Remember how great he was with the Saints. I do think, I mean, tight ends, there's not as many. I think he might be ranked 4, but I think he has a lot of potential, especially if he's healthy this year. And that's really it of the news to share that I think is valuable. So I just wanted to chime in real quick and give an update. Again, this is August 4th. Just turned midnight, so it's August 4th. Hopefully, if you're checking your news, you're on top of all this already. But I like to share my opinion about the news as I read it to you. So good luck, and thanks for tuning in to KimmelsIrishPub.com.